This is Beach Talk Radio.
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all ships at sea. This is your captain speaking, Mean Gene. Mean Gene. The following will be a test of the ship's whistle, the sonar alarm, the cable alarm,
and the atomic attack alarm.
Oh, isn't that hair fabulous? Broadcasting
Boobless.
live from the new hotspot on Fort Myers
We
Beach.
have to change that. It's not new anymore.
Willie's. It's time for another exciting award-winning episode of Beach Talk Radio. Here are your humble hosts, Kim and Ed Ryan.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming to Wahoo Willie's, the new hotspot, the not-so-new hotspot on Fort Myers Beach, for another thrilling, award-winning episode of the dinkiest podcast in all of the universe. Our guests today are Brad Maloney from Charity Pros, coming on shortly, and FK Your Diet. They have an incredible story to tell. You ready to join the show, dear? I mean, okay, well, take your time because, you know, you've been here since 10. The show starts at 11. And we want to make sure that everybody knows we have a couple of events coming up, including, let's see, John King is watching. This is almost as good as, okay. So we did the volunteer meeting last night for the charity 5K race that we're having for FMB Strong. Everything is at Diamond Head now. I mean, every single thing is at Diamond Head. We'll just wait till she's ready. We'll wait till she's ready. Can you hear yourself now?
No, I hear.
Okay, because you're. All right, what the hell did you put that in? It has nothing to do with that. There you go. Now you can hear yourself, right?
No, but that's okay.
You can hear yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Number
who's going to
3.
be? There we are.
A little volume there.
Oh,
So
yeah.
last night when we were doing the.
You should really get this set up for me.
I know, because you're working the crowd before I
am.
set everything up.
I'm accepting.
How many comments did you?
gifts and all sorts of wonderful.
How many
things.
comments did you get about your hair today? It was.
I know.
way too
Thanks,
many.
Thanks to Gene, I got a bunch chopped off.
Did
and it
people
feels
notice that?
Super fantastic.
Did anyone notice that you got your hair cut
Yeah,
like that?
yeah. Well,
I
they
see.
saw the back. Yeah.
All right. Want to make sure everybody can hear. Your dad is watching from Orlando,
Dad.
Florida. He can hear us loud and clear all the way in Orlando.
We've
So-
got folks from Minnesota.
That's right. The Olsons are here from
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, not Minnesota. That's insulting. We saw them at our Wisconsin show, and now they're here. It's so cool.
Menominee Falls.
Menominee Falls.
And they brought a gift.
Oh, for me?
No, for
Oh,
me.
shit.
So I'm going to be getting some Wow hair products, and they better start. They should.
How come you get all the gifts? That's what I want to know. I don't get
Well,
any
it was
gifts.
my birthday.
Oh, okay. Well, your birthday has
Your
long
birthday
since
is
passed.
coming in October.
So I didn't lose my place, everybody. I know you think I lost my place, but last night we had the volunteer meeting for the 5K race. And thank you all for volunteering. I mean, there's no way we could do this without the folks that help. And I want to thank the town. The town is going to have a nice buggy out there to help us put out after Eve gives us the okay to get out there on the sand. We're going to have a buggy where the town helps us put out the cones so you guys can get out there and run. But last night, John King's lovely wife was there because she's going to volunteer, Chris. She told me a little secret about John. That he sits at home all day when he's not, doing his town council stuff, whatever that is. And he watches Hawaii 5-0. I mean, that was the last show I ever thought John King would be watching, like Hawaii 5-0. Like, does anybody know what year Hawaii 5-0 started? I mean, that is like that's like
Who
when
starred in Hawaii 5-0?
Don Ho.
Huh.
Didn't Don Ho start Hawaii 5-0? I mean,
Sounds a little
I
too much
just
like
made that up.
alliteration there. I think
No,
that you're. I
that's-
think that you're not.
that's
right.
back in the honeymooners days. That's how long ago that. Didn't they remake Hawaii 5-0? They tried to modernize it with a new
With-
cast and thing. You can never duplicate a classic show like that. So Hawaii 5-0 is his favorite show.
No,
what
and
is
I
your
will-
what show would you sit down and watch for hours and hours and hours, eating Cheetos or whatever you do when you binge watch shows? What would
Well,
it be?
it-
It can't be on Netflix.
I was going to say it would be documentaries, but if it can't be on Netflix,
Like an old school TV show.
it would probably be Seinfeld.
Okay. Well, that's not really old.
It's not old, but
Yeah.
it's funny.
Mine would be, I don't know what mine would be. What was that HR Puffin stuff show? What was that show? That was my favorite
That
show
was
growing
great
up.
too. Or
Yeah.
Bewitched. I loved Bewitched.
Well, which version of Bewitched? Because there was
The
a couple of
original one.
different
The original
witches
one.
and
Not that I was old enough to
Darren.
remember that, but
there were
yeah.
like 3 different Darrens back in that show.
Right,
Yeah.
I know. The original. The Dick Van Dyke Show.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was a good one.
Who was the female actress in the Dick Van Dyke Show?
Mary Tyler Moore.
How do you don't give it away to her?
I knew it. I knew
Gosh.
it. I knew that. That I knew.
You did. All right.
Yes, I
Yeah,
knew
that was when he fell over the when he come out and you
couch.
fall over the little
The rug or the
what,
couch?
the little
You mean the
thing
landing?
What's the thing majig that you put your feet up on?
Oh, the Ottoman.
Yeah, he fall over the ottoman. So yeah. Well, that was a lot of fun to start the show like that with classic TV shows like Hawaii Five-0. Jeff, what's your favorite TV show growing up? What would it be? Twilight Zone.
Twilight
Okay,
Zone.
yeah.
That was a good
Twilight Zone.
one.
Who
Saturday
was the?
Night Live was a good one.
Wait,
I mean,
dear.
that was when we were
Here,
older.
I'm
but-
talking to the audience here. Who was the host of the Twilight Zone? Anybody know? Rod Serling. Very nice. Is it
Mhm.
Serling or Sterling or
Sterling.
Swirling or
I
Serling?
think it's Sterling.
All right.
Conjunction, function.
So the
what's
race is next
my-
Sunday, by
what
the
was that
way.
show?
We're up to about 170 registered runners and walkers and virtual runners. So we were hoping to get 200.
And to
Yeah,
answer
go
the
ahead.
question that we got, and I apologize because I did
Oh,
not
Jorge,
respond.
I can't. I'm going to have to announce that on the show what he just said.
Okay, well, let me finish. Is that the volunteers are getting the tank tops?
Right.
This ding dong couldn't figure out how to get it the other way.
Okay.
So
Let me just tell the actual story. I know you like to take shots at me like that. There weren't enough tank tops from the vendor to be able to get everybody a tank top. So the volunteers got tank tops, which are orange, and the
Wow.
runners are getting lime green running shirts. So that's the way it worked out. So I think for the next race, you just let me deal with it. Just let me organize it because, I mean,
I think that's what I'm doing.
I asked you to organize one thing and it stresses you out like you
yes.
can't even go to sleep.
I'm not
So
even
I'm never
sleeping
asking you.
at night.
So Jorge Barrera, who is the sponsor of the show, you'll never guess what his favorite show is growing up. Yeah. Little House on the Prairie.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Oh,
And
he's trying. He was
walking
a
it back
kid
now?
when he was watching.
Yeah.
It. Yeah.
Well, we want to say hello to his mom.
Yes.
Hola to
Oh.
Jorge's
They're-
mom. I
Well, now
know,
you have
but
to
she's
explain
so
why you're
sweet.
saying
I
it that
love
way
her.
because she doesn't speak any English. That's why you're
Well,
saying
she
it like
does
that. Little
speak
House
some
on the Prairie.
English, but she's so sweet.
Gilligan's Island. Well, that's a good one. Now I have
That
to
was
go
a-
back and look
Oh,
at everybody was
Lost in
answering.
Space.
Yes.
That was one of the
What
best.
was the guy's name? Was it a professor or the guy that got stuck in the wheel? Well, he wasn't a professor. He was a doctor. What was his name in Lost in Space?
No,
What was the doctor's name? What was
I
it?
think it's Professor.
Dr. Smith.
Smith.
Very nice. We have a very intelligent. We should have done this rather
Mhm.
than the music when we were in
Mhm.
Wisconsin because the music was one of the dumbest ideas that ever came up.
You know
with.
what? So somebody that I work with called me and was just laughing about the pronunciation of the cities. That
They thought that was a good one.
Yeah, I
Somebody-
thought that was good too.
Well, somebody was watching my South End video today, and they
oh, you
put
did
something
a
up.
video?
Yeah,
Really? Oh,
I do
I
a video
missed it.
every Saturday, just in case you don't know what I do on Saturday mornings.
I missed it.
But somebody put a town from Wisconsin up there. I was like, gosh, I'm so happy that one wasn't part of the pronunciation thing because I had no idea what it was. So, what was I saying? What were we talking about?
I don't
totally
know.
lost
Let me-
track.
let
Oh, the
me-
race. The race is next
Okay.
Saturday. We have 170 runners. We're hoping to get 200 runners. All the money that we raise goes to FMB Strong. So you can register and watch if you want to and not even show up for the race. It's only $30. And we're hoping to, help FMB Strong out. What FMB Strong does is they have supplies for everybody that needs it in the 33931 zip code. You can go on our website and register for the race. And we want to thank all the sponsors that have helped out. It's going to be at Diamond Head. You're going to run south, turn around and come back. And then all the festivities are going to be inside. So you don't have to worry about being out in the heat.
Thank you, Ringo.
All right. You need to tell that story before. Yeah.
No,
you tell the story because we're going to have Brad come on to talk about the Heroes concert. No, go ahead. Go ahead. You tell it.
So
You're such a good storyteller.
No, well, uninterrupted maybe, but that's not likely to happen. So we were at Diamond Head and for an event a couple of days ago, and we walked in, there was some people that, recognized us. They were very gracious, said hello, la, la, la. And then we went around and saw some other people sitting there, and she was so nice. It was a group of 4 people, and they were, talking to us about, we like the show and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, it must be hard for you to go out in public. And I was like, no, not really. I mean, we just go out like everybody else. And she goes, no, I mean, like, you're like the Beatles. And I was like, wow, you.
And the first thing we were like, oh,
see the red wine flowing.
All right. What airport were we in where somebody saw the hat or the shirt?
LaGuardia.
Was it LaGuardia?
Mm-hmm. No, she recognized you because you had the shirt on.
Yeah, and our daughter was with us, and somebody
she was mortified.
That was from Fort Myers recognized us or me at LaGuardia, or the shirt, whatever.
You had the shirt on.
Yeah, right, and my daughter turned and saw us talking, and she just turned around and walked away like, I can't get away from this crap. It just... Yeah, but we really appreciate everybody. It's so nice.
I mean, it was so nice of her to say that, but you're just like, I don't think.
So I bought a new truck. And if you see this ugly beast behind us, you can't see it.
Ugly.
This maroon thing. I put the logo on the back, and so the first thing our daughter says when we get the new truck is, "Don't ruin it with your stupid logo on the truck." So she's.
I'm at work, and I get a call. Hey. Gonna go down to the Chevy dealer. What should I look at? Now, I've done my research for the last 4 years because we haven't had
a car payment in 10 years.
Yeah,
which is the nicest thing in the world.
For a while, right?
It's the greatest thing.
So I said,
until it's a money pit.
Yeah, I said, look at a Equinox or look at a Colorado. So I'm at work. He goes down there. A couple hours later, I'm getting pictures. Hey, look!
Wait!
Look what we have.
No, they bring out the Equinox, and it's got a dent on the front.
No, that was the Traverse.
Oh, the Traverse, yeah. Anyway, it was an SUV kind of thing, and I looked at it and I said, I'm not feeling that thing. I'm waiting for the salesman that we know to show up because he wasn't scheduled to be there at the time I got there. And I walked in front of the truck, and I was like, "Oh yeah, we got to have that thing." It had because
it's got the
certified
fancy
pre-owned,
wheels and the whole. He's all about that. Looks
because the trucks have balls. That's the way it looks. The it's not a giant truck. One of our friends called it a baby truck. But if I would have been caught driving around that Traverse, it would have been like, "Oh, sissy head's coming around the corner in that white SUV with a dent on the front."
Is you have never gone 4-wheeling in your life,
it
and
didn't
you have
matter
a
to me.
vehicle with 4-wheel drive.
Okay, here's the thing.
What are you going to do with that?
When you get in a vehicle and the air conditioning works and the doors open and the dashboard shows you how much gas is in there and how fast you're going, it's way different than when you drive something and the brake pedal goes to the floor and the back door doesn't open it and the dashboard is completely like my dashboard has been out for 6 months. Like I never have any idea how much gas I have, or I'm guessing there's 120,000 miles on the thing, but I really have no idea.
There's 150.
150. You got hair coming out of your microphone. How did that happen?
The thing is, you don't take care of things. So
this show isn't
you're
about
really somebody that should lease a vehicle.
Oh, here
because
we go.
You don't know about
Can't
oil changes.
Can't you be nice to me just for one show?
No.
Be nice. People would be shocked
oil
if you were.
changes are a scam.
I do. I really do think oil changes. Like why do you need an oil change every 3,000 miles? I just think that's a scam between the dealerships and the oil companies. I don't know why. Who came up with that number? Why isn't it 5,000? Why isn't it 4,500? Why isn't it 7,000?
Well, it's a range.
If I get a new vehicle, why do I need new oil after 3,000 miles? Just why can't I drive the vehicle till the end of time with the same oil in it? I mean, can't you do that? I mean, this is America, for crying out loud.
No. So I have to take care of all the vehicle stuff. But the new vehicle, if you get too close to somebody in front of you, a red light flashes onto the windshield, and you're like, I better hit the brakes.
I went too close to the white line, and the car moved me back over. Like, you're not driving straight.
You take your hands off the wheel. It's like, put your hands back on the wheel.
Ready?
Or it says, hey, you might need a cup of coffee. Like, wow, this car is smarter than he is.
Stop laughing at her, please. Ladies and gentlemen, Brad Maloney from the Charity Pros. Very nice. Excellent segue right there. Oh, he's got paperwork. You're the last person that needs paperwork. Come on, man.
Hey, what I like about the paperwork is it is in a font the size of which anybody could see.
First of all, tell everybody about the Charity Pros. What is that?
Yeah, so we're a Fort Myers nonprofit that my daughter started in 2019 to advocate for children's social causes and help kids in Southwest Florida have a better life. So we started that, and then of course COVID hit, and so that kind of changed things up a little bit as we went from concentrating on kids to how can we help in the COVID era, and then of course we ended up doing a charity concert to honor our 4 fallen deputies that we lost during COVID. And as well as my best friend growing up was a Naples firefighter, Tony Christensen, that passed as COVID on the job. So we did a concert at Hertz Arena with John Fogerty and Foreigner to honor the families and the fallen
Foreigner's
heroes.
still going.
They
Wow.
are. This is their last tour
Oh,
again.
it is. When we were living in Elmira, I helped sponsor a concert for Foreigner.
Yeah.
I don't even remember the name of the place. Was it Elmira or was it somewhere else? But I mean, they have been around a long time.
Yeah, they sure have.
Since the Hawaii Five-0 days. I mean, it's been a long time.
They might have did the theme for that.
What was their most popular song? I remember I had an album. I remember.
I want to
listening
know what love is.
No, that wasn't it. Come on. It
What-
had to be a
you
faster
always-
song.
you
That had to be a
always,
faster Foreigner song.
Jukebox Hero,
Okay,
maybe.
that's probably the
Yes.
one. Yeah, right
Yeah.
there.
They had a
Yeah.
bunch of them.
Have you ever done a concert with or for Pink Floyd in any way? Please say no.
No Pink
Yeah,
Floyd.
yeah.
Never been a big fan.
Yeah. Why is that?
Oh, he's
Why is that?
totally.
I don't know.
Too
I just,
slow, right? You need to be high. You need
yeah.
to be high on something
Yeah.
to be able to enjoy Pink Floyd.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, I'd probably like it.
I see. All right.
Flying pigs and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah. I mean, I can't imagine they can do a concert in 3 hours or less. I mean, it has to be 5 hours because even in 5 hours, they're only getting 20 songs in.
No, Peter Frampton's concerts would
yeah,
be
horrible, horrible. Peter Frampton opening up for Pink Floyd. That's an empty house right there. But anyway,
It's not very nice.
well, come on. It's just an opinion, dear. They could say our show sucks. A lot of
They
people
might
do. Including the people sitting here trying to eat. So how much money have you raised throughout the years that the organization's been together?
We haven't been doing it that long, actually, because we, like I said, we founded in the end of 2019. COVID hit, which changed things up. Then we got back on track, and the hurricane hit, of course, is why we're here. And we started, thanks to you guys and the communication, we found out through Beach Talk Radio what needed to be done down here. So we ended up renting trucks in Pensacola. We'd fly up to Pensacola via Atlanta, rent trucks, 27 footers, fill up with hurricane supplies.
Like, what would you fill up with? Like, what did you, back in the day? Back in
a year
ago. I mean, it's a year already. Yeah.
Water, clothes, socks, baby foods, diapers, anything they had. So there's a guy up there named Larry Ward who's actually is in the concert business. He rents stages and equipment all over the country. And when the hurricane hit New Orleans, because he's in the Panhandle just off Interstate 70 or 10.
You're welcome.
He became a drop zone.
I would have never got that.
Thanks. He became a drop zone area for hurricane supplies.
Wow.
Walmart would just drop semis, and all the big companies, Target would just drop semis, and he kind of became a distributor of hurricane supplies during natural disasters. So he called me and said, Brad, I've got about 15 semis up here, but I don't have anybody to get the stuff to Fort Myers. I said, so, hey, we'll fly up as long as you got stuff.
Wow.
We drove semi trucks down here, and our first stop was Buttonwood. And we knew that because of you guys being on the air.
Cool.
And, we stumbled across Beach Talk, and, we wanted to be part of it. And that's how we got involved and learned about you guys. And so we did that. And then we took some trucks down to the folks at FK Your Diet, and they distributed them out through the trailer parks and some of the Latino communities down in that way, and everything down through Island Park. And so we took trucks down to them, and then we turned from that when, in fact, it was you that actually said, hey, we don't need some of these supplies. Things are changing. Needs are changing.
Right.
And
I don't remember any of this, but I'm glad it happened. People
Yeah,
come
well,
up
no,
and say that stuff all the time. Like, and I can't remember any. I do. The one thing I do remember is Stevie Can Do It or Stevie Will Do It called one time, and I was standing in the parking lot of 820 Buttonwood, and he was like, I'm gonna buy 12 RVs or trailers and just drive them down and give them away. I was like, okay, the mayor's standing. Well, he wasn't the mayor at the time. He was the only one doing anything. I shouldn't say only one, but he was. Dan was standing right next to me, and I said, okay, well, you need to talk to this guy. And then the next 3 days was like crazy. So back then.
I remember being down there and getting a ton of some stuff and being like, well, some of that needs to go like to Harlem Heights or it needs to go out to
they got
another. Yes.
In fact, you're exactly right. Because the second load we brought in, it was like, we've got enough dog food. But
I do remember that.
Yeah,
I do remember
and they
that
said,
dog food.
hey, can you take some of this dog food and leave some of this and FK
Brad,
your diet saying, hey, we need some of this.
Right.
At the time, what were you doing? Like, I mean, what was your full-time job before you kind of
working?
Yeah, I mean that's what we do. So is we founded the Charity Pros to make a difference, and that's what we do. So we look for opportunities to help other people out. So we went right from there.
All over. You're not just in Florida, then you go.
No, we're Southwest Florida basically, but my home connection is Illinois. And I just did a couple charity concerts up there and helped them out, raise some money for that. But we went then when the needs changed, we went into a toy drive and we did the Charity Pros for kiddos toy drive. And we partners up with the sheriff and actually the Department of Health and Family. Mm-hmm. And the Luminary gave us their ballroom and we went on a massive toy drive.
Wow.
And we had
pictures of that somewhere. Wow, I can't imagine that. Yeah.
And the Secretary of State flew down, and of course all the sheriff's deputies. We provided 300 kids and their family toys. We had a shop with Santa where they came into the ballroom and they could pick out all their toys.
That's awesome.
And we had so many toys that we had collected. The next day we had 2 truckloads left over, and we took one to Fish, who needed toys for their toy drive on Sanibel. Mm-hmm. And we took another toy drive down to one of the Latino trailer parks and just opened the doors. And it was just amazing.
One of the things that we found out right away after the storm was, as long as you can get the word out to the rest of the country, people want to help.
Oh, yeah.
However they can send stuff or send money or whatever they can do. They just need that funnel to get stuff to, like, I'm sure it's happening in Maui now, just like it was happening a year ago for everybody. And the needs change. I mean, if you've never done this before, like all of us, things change. Like after a while, there's too much water, and now you need generators, or now you need power tools, or something to help.
Or
people
you don't
get back
need
in the
any more
house.
clothes, and you need hammers and saws. I would imagine the Maui situation is complicated by their logistics. Like that's
that's got to be a huge challenge for them over there. But I understand some of them in Maui were calling people in Florida and saying, how do we get through this? How do we do it?
Well, they have experience now. And what the interesting thing about Fort Myers Beach is you hear how now you can kind of look back and see how things transpired. Like the PIO on Fort Myers Beach was kind of sharing information at the town council meeting that people just come from everywhere. Like, the government sends PIOs from New York City and different areas that maybe have gone through this that are just trying to help. It was somewhat disorganized because, who's in charge at that point? Everybody comes in, and the community is dealing with it for the first time, and the communication from the government wasn't great. But you're trying to figure it out along the way. And the thing that worked the best was 820 Buttonwood. It really worked the best because it was just the people doing it, finding out what the fuck just happened to your hair. I mean, what the hell?
Are you trying to make me jealous with the hair?
I mean, what is this, a clown show now? All of a sudden, I mean, what?
I apologize.
What are you doing?
I forgot my hair tie.
Holy
and
crap.
It just got a little warm, and I just.
Anyway, so you decide.
Wow, I apologize.
You just tank the show right there. Tank the show. So you decide you're going to have a concert like in a stadium. Like, it's not like I have a concert in a parking lot and I call a local band. You call Hammond Stadium and your friends at Matchbox 20. Like, how the hell does that happen? Come on, man.
So I've done concerts as a hobby over the years here and there, and they've all been charity related. So, it just came down to it that, and by the way, before I get into that, I just want to say your audience is probably the most giving, and the network you have developed here is unbelievable.
Obviously.
Are you being political or something? Or
No,
what's going
no,
on?
I'm
Because they have
serious.
hair ties.
I'm serious because when you say, hey, our friend at such and such needs $500 for I mean, it's 10 minutes and the money's there. So what you've developed is incredible for the residents here.
Yeah.
But what we thought is, hey, some of these people, the unsung heroes, we have our professionals that save lives for a living. So we wanted to include the unsung heroes throughout the community, folks that have done, special things and create special things and been here throughout the last year, continuing to help people either through philanthropic efforts or financial efforts or communication wise. So we thought, well, let's just have a big concert and honor everybody of it. And, I'm not sure who we're going to have yet, but I'll see in my Rolodex who's available. So, the whole concept was to honor the unsung heroes, which is what we're doing, as you know. And we just announced those last Wednesday at a press conference at the stadium. And, I'm really excited to say that Ed and Kim from Beach Talk Radio is one of our hurricane heroes that will be honored at the concert.
Thank you.
As well as Sheriff Marcino and the entire Lee County Sheriff's Office. So, very important.
The first group of folks that you saw when the hurricane hit was the Lee County Sheriff's Department and Captain Layler and his crew. And they were always at the base of the bridge. And I know they were helping on the island, and it's perfect choice right there. So
yeah, we think so. And then we have, of course, Mayor Allers, who we're honoring as well, who stepped into this, just 2 months after the hurricane, and his donation for the use of Buttonwood, which became nationally known and the home of the Yellow Shirt Army.
Yeah. and just a quick history of 820 Buttonwood. It wasn't FMB Strong. It was where Dan and Tim would, there was their golf cart island carts, and they were all destroyed, and the place was filled with mud. And within 2 or 3 days, it was cleaned out, and it was ready for people to donate supplies, and they were showing up like crazy. And but more than that, he was there. He was there every day, helping people, talking to people, and helped build that to what it is today. And then, obviously needed to kind of step into the mayor's role when they decided that he was going to be the mayor and the town council. So it was certainly well-deserved for sure.
Yeah, he's got a huge challenge ahead of him in the redevelopment and development of Fort Myers Beach. So we thought he should be honored as well for what he's doing. And then, of course, we have Sean and Melly from Beach Baptist.
Yes.
Who've just done incredible things in the community as well.
The whole Beach Baptist congregation and group of folks out there. We became so much closer with everything that he was doing. You could always rely on Sean and his family. And I just remember the one time where we were doing our little mini concert to raise money and toys for the beach kids in the parking lot over in Times Square. And I needed a volunteer to pick up the stage, and he went out and got it himself, and he picked it up, and he dropped it off, and he came the next day. But it was, he was delivering water to our events, but that was just what I saw.
Right. And
you went over there, they were serving food to people all the time. And I'm sure they continue to do that with the pantry. So another great choice.
They are. I mean, what they continue to do is just incredible, and continue to have their service and still delivering food and groceries every week.
Yep.
There's so many people in need and so many people in dire need. So, they're another hero to us. And then of course we have Doug and Amy from FK Your Diet, who's to this day, they still never turn anybody away for a free meal, if you can pay or not. But they delivered over 500,000 meals.
Wow.
500,000 meals to the community down there out of the restaurants, and they continue to every single day. That's just on top of the hundreds of truckloads of supplies they delivered, and TVs and furniture and clothes, and they've just done incredible work down at FK. So they're a hero to the community. And then our final one is Senator Collins, who brought Operation Barbecue Relief to the area to feed all the first responders. They fed the Coast Guard, they fed the Sheriff's Department, they fed everybody on Sanibel. They too put out 10,000 meals a day in feeding all the first responders and the and the medical.
I remember them being down here in the beginning. Yeah,
and they're actually in Maui right now.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
So I apologize for not knowing where Senator Collins is from.
Tampa.
Okay, Tampa. So
yeah,
he or she or
he
is coming down for the event, you think?
Yeah, he's coming down. He's in Maui right now.
Cool.
He was we were hoping he'd make the press conference, but was in Maui, and we couldn't get a representative to come down. But he worked a lot with Commissioner Wayne during that. The relief out on Sanibel. So the
concert is October the 7th. How are ticket sales going?
It is pretty good, actually. We're really excited about the show. There's no sales tax right now till September 4th in Florida on entertainment. So go online to the charitypros.org or the mightymuscles.com website. Get your tickets. There's still a couple VIP seats left, but then we have stadium seats. But it's going to be an amazing show. Like you said, Matchbox 20, they just came off a tour where they sold out 54 amphitheaters and arenas consecutively. So they're back with a new album. They're huge. They're on break right now. This will be their first show before they go to Australia from here. And then we have
how did you come across friendship with Matchbox 20? Because you just called them up and said, I need you.
Did you run into them in a bathroom somewhere and hey, how you doing? Oh, I know you.
No, actually made a lot of connections over the years in the music industry. One of my co-founders in the nonprofit is a longtime friend of mine named Keith Hudson, and his daughter's Katy Perry. So Katy Perry, the singer, who actually they lived in Fort Myers.
Katy Perry.
Katy went to grade school here for 2 years. Yeah,
I didn't know that. Did you guys know that?
Yeah. So in fact, I did a little fundraiser for the Pace Center about 10 years ago, and Katie's mom and dad came down to visit, and she spoke, and Katie's 5th grade teacher was on the show.
Wow.
So that was kind of cool. So just made a lot of connections in the entertainment business. So, I was able to get Nick, their managers, Nick's uncle has been their manager from day one.
Yeah.
And
what year did they first launch?
Well, 97 was their first huge album.
Okay.
They had, I think, 6 or 7 number ones.
Yeah.
And actually one of the biggest albums in rock album sold.
The interesting thing about that kind of music now, it's hard to find a radio station playing that format. I mean, what would they play it? They'd play it on K-Rock around here, I'd imagine. Like there's no
Y100.
Y100. Okay, because some of the softer stuff. Gotcha.
Yeah. 80s, 90s station.
Gotcha.
But so we've got Matchbox, and then we've got Don Felder, who was the lead guitarist for the Eagles for 27 years.
Yeah.
He wrote Hotel California and all the big hits. So he basically does everything that he wrote for the Eagles.
Hotel California was one of the only songs
20 minutes long
that somebody could pick and identify when we were in
that
Wisconsin.
Was an easy one.
Just saying.
Right. That was a dumb idea. I'm never doing that again.
That was my one contribution. And
we're doing the openings to old
70s
sitcoms the next time we go to Wisconsin.
You picked some of the most
easiest songs ever.
Yeah, for you.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry. Just a little segue there.
So the most exciting part really is our local talent that's going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So we have Bob Tabarini from the Tabarini Foundation that plays in the band. Red Hannah that plays all over the beach. So Red Hannah is going to be at the show, and then they're going to have special guests join them, like Sheena Brooke is going to join them for their set. Maddie Jolly is going to join them for their set. So a lot of the artists that play the beach. You've got the guys from Smoking Aces, Tim Rossi from Smoking Aces, and Joe Best, the lead singer. Those guys are going to join Red Hannah. So it's going to be really cool jam session to really get the show going. And then we recently just brought on Jay Allen, the country singer here, who's got a lot of ties to Fort Myers Beach.
Right. They were scheduled to get married down here, and then the storm hit, and I don't know where they got married.
Here, they got married in Fort Myers, but
Okay,
not at the
on the
beach.
But not at the beach. Yeah.
But he married Kylie Morgan, who's a big country star.
Yeah.
So Jay's going to kick the whole show off. We got him
Do
on board.
you know
And
Jay and Kylie were on our show
Yeah.
way back in the day?
And we were still doing it from
Yeah.
Pete's Time Out. They came on the show and
I got one on you.
yeah, he put his guitar in the closet.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember, and because they went out and kind of went bar hopping, and I took the guitar out and I started playing it the next day on the show, and she was mortified by it. I'm like, what's the big deal?
You
How
don't
can I
touch
break
some
the guy's
guy's
guitar?
guitar.
I mean, who knew he was going to be a big
great.
star?
They did an acoustic.
Yeah, then
session.
they played
It
in
was-
the
it was
Sunset
great.
Celebration
Yep.
tent, and I don't know, it was the
How
next day
long
of that
ago
night.
was that?
Jeez, that'd
3-4 years
yeah,
ago?
at least 3 or
Yep.
4 years ago. Yeah. Yeah.
So cute. Anyways, yeah.
that's
Yeah,
awesome.
it was
Yeah,
awesome.
I didn't know that story. I
Yeah.
wasn't sure how long he'd been around Fort Myers Beach, but I know they call this their second home. And
Yeah.
he's got a lot of great friends here. So
Yeah.
very cool.
And Sheena Brooke.
Sheena Brooke, I mentioned
big
her.
star
Yeah.
on the island.
Yeah,
You missed
she was like the first choice. She's like, okay, let's get Sheena Brooke, and then we'll build around it. How about Matchbox 20?
Yeah. Oh.
But I'm serious. I
Did-
mean, she was my first choice.
When you called
Right.
Sheena and she said, I'm thinking about Matchbox 20, did she say, oh, okay?
Actually, she said, you know what? I'm moving for the 7th time today.
Oh,
Can I call you back?
oh, if there's a video, not a video, like a Netflix
Yeah.
documentary. What was it
Seen
called?
it.
You remember?
The Price of Paradise,
Paradise.
or
Yep.
something like
And
that.
those guys are in they're half the stars in that video, and it's just brutal to see that whole thing take place. It was very well done, by the way. I think if you go on, I don't know where we got it. I bought it on Amazon or something, and
I think it is Amazon. I bought it. It's incredible.
Yeah.
In fact, we're going to show a little clip of that during the show.
Oh, good.
so how do you see the whole event kind of transpiring that day?
So I'll actually produce and direct the show as well. And we got a lot of surprises lined up too. It's going to be really cool. So we'll start it off, of course, traditional national anthem, and we'll honor the heroes during the show and the different artists, and we got some surprises mixed in. So it's going to be a great day, and you don't want to be late because
surprises always make me nervous. But
so surprises start right off the bat.
Nice.
So it's just going to be a lot of fun, and get out and get your tickets. And we also need sponsors. There's a lot of folks out there making a lot of money right now on this, contractors and realtors and furniture stores and so forth. So
how do they get in touch with you if they want to sponsor?
At thecharitypros.org, we've got a sponsorship package. We'll send that out to anybody. And, it's a big effort to put something like this on in a major stadium. So, we just need support throughout everybody, and anybody that wants to support us through buying tickets and or sponsoring.
I saw Home Depot down here earlier delivering
how about
stuff.
Home Depot sponsoring something? That'd be nice.
Lowe's.
Yeah, the local stores can do a little bit for you, but the
You need
corporate
the big
ones,
ones.
it takes 3 months to get through corporate. So
Walmart, Target.
Yeah, no
but
kidding.
we've had some people, jump on. We've like Seminole Casino, they reached out to us. They seen the ad and said, hey, how can we help? Which was really cool. Tito's Cantina with Tito Ortiz, the kickboxers, opening a new restaurant in the Cape. He's like, hey, how can I get involved?
Very nice.
In fact, I was there last night for a soft opening. It's incredible. And then Lamar Billboards donated some billboards to us. Sanibel Captiva Bank, London Bay, who you had on recently, sent us a little check. So that was very nice.
Cool.
We like Santa.
Yeah, they're going to be a big part of this island in the future.
Yeah.
So So how can regular people donate to the Charity Pros?
So you can go to the Charity Pros, and the top right is a red flashing donate button. You can donate $1, $5. It all adds up. And it all goes back. This whole concert is to help support the local musicians in the area that, of course, lost all their gigs for 1 year now, maybe 2 or 3 years. But those folks that are, many of them had to move out of the community and take medial jobs and can't play music because there's nowhere to play. So the Music Alive Southwest Florida was a nonprofit started by Jen Stacy from ABC7, and the folks from School of Rock and several other local business people to provide grants to local musicians that were really heavily impacted by the storm. They went through their money, so the proceeds from this concert will help them replenish their grants program, and also to the Tabarini Foundation, which provides kids with any kid in Southwest Florida that wants to learn music and needs an instrument. They'll provide the instrument and lessons through the School of Rock. So we're starting a scholarship program with the proceeds from this show to give kids lessons at School of Rock.
Now, Brad, do you play an instrument?
I don't.
If you were to play an instrument in high school, what would it be?
Well, I tried the cornet for like 2 days.
The what?
The cornet. It's like a trumpet.
It's like a trumpet.
And my dad said, nope.
No,
that's not going to continue.
I was tortured as a child. I was forced to play the clarinet, which is really not a dude's kind of thing to play. I mean, it's not really. I mean, I didn't feel manly playing the clarinet. I had to go to the store and buy flutes. You know, you got those little flutes you got to buy. And
the reeds.
The reeds or whatever the hell they are. And then after a while, they smell because, you know, you're constantly putting them in your mouth. And if you have bad breath and all of a sudden they smell, I mean, what dude plays the clarinet? I mean, unless you're a classical clarinet player, you don't want to be the dude that goes to high school with the clarinet box.
I think you should play
get your ass kicked. I mean, if we're talking the real deal, I want a trumpet.
You should be the oboe player. I think you should play an oboe.
I want to be able to play before I die.
You're a harp player.
Oh, shut. Oh, please. Before I die, I want to be able to play the national anthem on a trumpet. That's a manly thing to do.
Can you shut up for a minute?
I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh, see, now
good.
Offend people now.
Is he playing the clarinet because he wants to or because somebody's making him play it? All right, well, there you go. Now he's going to be a classical clarinet player. I have no... I mean, the only worst thing is to make him play the flute. I mean, right? I mean, clarinet, the dudes don't... I mean, I'm just... Look, I know it's cancel culture. I'm out the door.
The violin. That's what I would like
actually, I forgot. I did take organ lessons.
Nice.
I played the organ, and to date myself, I can still play Michael Row Your Boat Ashore and Alley Cat. So,
wait, what was it? What?
Alley Cat and Michael Row Your Boat Ashore. I can still play those on the organ.
Why did you stop playing the organ?
I don't know. Yeah. I think I got to the age where I started liking girls and skipped the lessons. You know,
I think it would be cool just to roll up to a piano.
Oh, I wish I'd have played. I wish I'd known how to
do that. That would be. I mean, that would be talent right there. But I mean, I just think ladies are more talented than men when it comes to music.
Right
I mean, why? I'm giving the nod to the ladies. I think they are way more talented when it comes to that, and men are more singers. I mean, how many aren't men sing? Aren't there more bands that have men singers than ladies?
Yeah,
I mean,
but
if we're taking a poll, I'm not saying that they're like the Go-Go's were good, right?
I think it's probably because they
Katy
sell
Perry's
more.
Good.
Yeah, she's pretty
Katy
good.
Perry's good.
She's doing all right.
Hey, Taylor Swift is pretty good. Are you a Swiftie?
No, I never really have been. I'm a big Katy fan, of course. And actually, we had a planned vacation during the hurricane. So we were in Las Vegas and Hawaii. I was actually with Katy during the hurricane.
Look at you dropping names like that. What do you mean you were with Katy?
Do you
that
not want to take
sounds
back
like
the gift you just gave me because of what he said? Yeah.
She was doing a concert in Vegas. She has a residency there.
So
she does. We were actually there during the storm at her show. So
I was invited to her house out there, but I don't want to bring it up.
You were. Wait a second. That's the first time I've ever heard that.
I've never been to her house.
So
well,
we're going to have to talk about that later.
We met at the
So
tables.
Anything else you want folks to know about the concert and how much fun we're all going to have? I mean, what I want to say is if you're showing up to the show, please wear the yellow. If we don't see a sea of yellow shirts at that concert,
let people wear what they want to
wear
wear
the yellow,
to the
people. Come on.
We're even encouraging people to wear the yellow. We want to see because
that'd be cool.
We're big fans and you guys have done so much to keep people in the loop of what was going on, where to go. I mean, you really have, your viewership went from 8,000 people to 80,000 and that's for a reason, because you guys have brought a great service to the beach. And, just not everybody that was here and stayed, but everybody that had part-time houses here or vacationed here, everybody got their information from you guys only for you were here 7 nights a week.
We're kind of like the Beatles.
So pretty close, pretty close. You might have to change your hair, but other than that,
So,
a good. I'll give you credit for that one. That was
before I let you go,
the
I
one
know
time I'm
you're
giving
going to
you
talk to
credit.
Scott right now. He's waiting to talk to you. But if it doesn't work out with Scott, and I hope
Yeah.
it does, that you're looking for a place you want to announce.
Well, I think we may have a backup, possibly.
All right, I won't say it then.
But
We'll
yeah,
leave
we're
it
looking
alone.
for a spot, a big spot for one of the bands to rehearse a couple
Gotcha.
days before the show. So we're looking for a big location, at least 60 by 40 with air
60 by
conditioning.
40.
And
I was gonna
all the
say, you
little
could come to
theaters
our
are
yard,
taken,
but,
so
you know.
we need a spot for just one of the little bands to
Yeah.
rehearse.
Brad, thanks so much for coming on. Thank you for everything.
Thanks for
man.
having
Thanks.
us. I
Brad Maloney,
appreciate it.
everybody.
Thanks.
Charity
you.
Pros.
Thanks, everybody.
If you have a chance to go on and go ahead.
Yeah, charitypros.org, and you can read all about what we do at the Charity Pros and all of our past things that we've done here in the community. And you can get your tickets to the concert. That's where we really need your support so we can raise money for these charities we're working for.
Yeah, folks, this is for charity, so keep that in mind. So thanks so much, Brad. We appreciate you coming on, and we will see you soon. All right, charitypros.org, everybody. What?
Yeah.
Dear, I don't know why you're so offended by the story that I tell about the clarinet. I'm just giving a real life story. It really happened to me. It was somewhat I'm still kind of hurt by the fact that I had to play the clarinet. I mean, where are you going? We have to do the show. I know. I don't see our second guest here at all. So we're going to have to. Oh, we're already at 11:46. So, okay, I'll just sit here and read the ads. But, this is fine because everybody wants to hear about Alex King. Alex King is a sponsor of the show, Marie. Thank you so much. Marie is our sales manager right here. She deserves a round of applause for all the shit she puts up with that I give her. What's going on behind me here? It's a motorcycle rally. Alex King and Current Coastal Realty, seen everywhere in Fort Myers Beach. You know them. You love Alex King. I saw Alex King the other night, hobnobbing with people at the Diamond Head. Building Solutions. Call us. They can introduce you to the people you need. They can elevate or not elevate. Call us. They can guide them. Office is located on Fort Myers Beach at Lover's Lane. Alex King lives, man, his wife is a fire plug. Have you ever met his wife? I mean, she doesn't put up with shit for anything. She keeps him on the straight and narrow, by the way. They live on the island. It's their primary home. The King Family Foundation, by the way, no joke. They've been giving out money for years and years to charities on Fort Myers Beach. Hundreds of thousands of dollars, not just dinky dollars, like a dinky podcast. They've been giving out hundreds of thousands of dollars. Alex King is your man. You see his face on all the for sale signs on Fort Myers Beach. You should call him now because he's just sitting by his pool. It's Saturday, and that's what he does. He sits by his pool with his shirt off, and he's got all the man hair like sticking out of his chest. And it's 239-849-3663. 239-849-3663. Alex King.
I'm just giving you more rope to hang yourself
That's
when
fine.
you start down
I'm
that
totally
path.
fine with hanging myself. Power Block Builders, people, because eventually, if you have a lot that you buy from Alex King, you're going to want to build a house. I mean, otherwise, you're just going to sit your ass in a lawn chair on an empty lot and,
So
pee in the sand. So you might want a house. If you want a house, you want to call Power Block Builders because
and hopefully they'll include a bathroom in that
a
house.
toilet or some kind of
Mhm.
porta-john or a big
A
giant
latrine.
bucket in the sand, like the old days when we used to just go out in the back to the outhouse.
Okay, and so what are
Oh.
they doing?
Well, they do much more than that, dear. They do LED recessed lighting because you want to see in the bathroom. Metal roof, granite countertops, stainless steel kitchen appliances, soft close shaker cabinets.
Oh, I like shaker
What's
cabinets.
a soft close? Because ours
So they
don't even
bang.
close.
So they go like this. You go to shut them, and they go. "Dee, dee, 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 dee."
Wow. Do they
Really?
make that noise too,
No,
like
they
the
make
car does
no
now?
Noise. They make no noise. They just go like that.
Wow.
But you know what? If there's a granite, we need a granite person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
have a bad,
we got
have
a
bad
granite
deal that happened. at our
countertop
house.
from some jamoke in Naples. No, it's a
Yeah.
big company in
Rock
Naples.
something.
Rock solid.
That's it.
And now it's got this strip of what the hell happened? It's just broken.
Yeah.
Like, and how do you fix broken granite?
It's got a big old crack.
How
in
do you
it.
match broken granite when it's when it's broke.
Well, I don't think we'll have any chance of matching it, but I would just like it to be intact.
I bet you think I lost my place. I didn't. Power Block Builders. Go online at powerblockbuilders.com. If you want a real house with an outhouse, without an outhouse, call Power Block Builders.
And not broken granite.
By the way, you may need money to build your house.
We might need it to fix the granite.
Or to pay for the new vehicle that I can't afford. You're going to want to call Laura Sanchez because Laura's just dealing out checks. She's got tons of money. Laura Sanchez, she can help you with a renovation. She can help you with your new house. She helps in many ways. Give Laura Sanchez a call and tell her we sent you and said Ed and Kim Ryan said you're just giving out money. 239-895-0657. 239-895-0657. Christy says she would just watch the show to hear me talk about the advertisers. Because when you listen to the radio,
when are they coming back down?
When you listen to the radio, you hear like 8 or 10 commercials in a row. Nobody remembers any commercial you ever hear on the radio.
They might remember the last one.
They might remember the first one or the last one because they're not close enough to the radio to change the station in time to miss the first one, or they want to go back to their favorite station and they're maybe catching the last one because they want to hear their favorite music. But if you don't make it sound somewhat entertaining, nobody is ever going to remember. Like Power Block, you call Power Block Builders and you tell them I want an outhouse. I don't want a bathroom. I want a house with an outhouse.
Do you remember the ad? Where's the beef?
Yes, Wendy's. Right.
See, that's the
what's
kind
another
of stuff.
What's another commercial that you remember the most? Miller Time.
Oh.
Wait, what was the one with the cigarette one? Something tastes good like a substance should. What was that? What was that cigarette?
I don't think that. Yeah. Well, the Marlboro Man was kind of an image that people had.
I don't know what happened to FK Your Diet. They're supposed to be here so we could tell their story. So some kind of confusion. So I'm going to ask Daniel to come over because we have 9 minutes. He came and showed up. Give me a minute. And I want to get an update on his location at the end of the bridge because every time I go over there, it looks like you've been doing some new work. Now, you guys might remember Daniel from the last time he danced on the show, but there will be no dancing. Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. That's it, Sandy. Candy, thank you very much. Candy, remember that. Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. I've never smoked a cigarette in my life or a doobie. Never smoked a doobie in my life, ever. So, wait
go ahead. Go ahead.
You know the pest control commercials too, right?
Pest control.
Do your best. I call you later.
Which one is that?
99 Exterminator.
Who's that one?
Only 46 bucks gets a rodent's end.
I don't remember that one at all.
You have
Where
a
is
pretty
it?
good voice.
Is that a local one? A local commercial?
I just heard it on the way here.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
You memorized it on the way here.
Because it
Wow.
was the last one.
Now, was that so that was a radio
It's
commercial?
on the actual radio, yeah.
We used to do, when I was a sales manager at a radio station, we
Did
would
you write
kind
a
of,
lot of jingles?
I didn't write, you don't write jingles, but what I was, you have to do
It's a hard
something
thing to do because
have to do something memorable.
Exactly.
You have to stand out.
It's not that easy.
Yeah.
There's a good 2.5 Men episode actually where he writes these kid songs. Charlie, right?
Mhm.
And it's actually not easy. Yeah.
Candy says, I don't think you need weed. I don't even know what that means. Like, would it put me to sleep?
You do know.
Yeah. No, I don't. No. Now, before we talk to Daniel, last weekend we had
So get off the show.
Yeah, no, sit right there. You look fine with your Gigolo shirt on. It's a Saturday Night Live shirt. I mean, seriously.
Well,
am I getting canceled for saying Gigolo now? I mean, geez, come
on. If I knew that I was on the show
see,
today, I would have worn my yellow Army shirt too.
Yeah, what was wrong? What's wrong with you? Why aren't you wearing that shirt? Every time you come out, you have to be wearing that shirt.
I failed this morning.
I would like to know if anyone out there has a frontal lobe that they could just give to him so he would have a little bit more impulse control.
Why do you need impulse control? I don't get it.
I love this lady in the first row.
Yeah, because she's on Team Kim for some reason.
Before we skip all the commercials, I want to say that Power Block Builders do a really good job. I actually know the owner.
Yeah, they are excellent people, and we appreciate that they're sponsoring the show.
Snippy snappy jingle or no, not yet?
I don't
We
think
should
they're on
maybe
the
I
radio.
don't think there's no jingle for them yet.
No, I
Okay.
read their commercials. That's all they need.
But
We
the
need to
Yellow
come up
Army
with
from
something.
Wisconsin could maybe come up with something.
So I forgot what I was going to say now. Before we talked to Daniel and you interrupted me, I was going to make a point.
You offended him about his
Yeah, what was I
shirt.
gonna say,
I don't
though?
know where
Oh,
you
I
were going.
never feel offended. I know him
No,
long enough.
You totally
It's all
interrupted
right.
me. Now,
So last time you were here, you were talking about your place, but you couldn't say the name. Are we able to say
Oh, do
the
we have a name?
now
Well, apparently that I got the invite now.
what invite?
from
Well,
us?
I'm sitting here.
Oh,
yeah.
today's
oh,
invite.
oh,
I
oh.
thought I missed an invite.
Hey,
Yeah.
by the way, you told me, and I locked threw away the
rightfully
key.
You
so.
didn't tell
Yes.
me.
I did not, because you cannot keep a secret.
Unfortunately, I'm not able to disclose that today. That's going to be
Okay.
on the
Daniel,
next
you're
plan
full
one.
of shit, man. Come
No.
on, cut the crap.
No,
Oh,
because
who's it a secret from?
He doesn't want anyone to steal it.
for the
maybe.
state of Florida.
The state of
Okay.
Florida is going to steal your name?
No, we already saved the name, but
He wants to have the big
So for
dramatic
our lawyer
reveal.
did not approve me to say it yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's your lawyer? Give me his number.
Keith Long?
I'm calling him right now.
Keith Long?
Who the hell's Keith Long?
Ah.
So listen, for anybody that doesn't know, Daniel owns the building. Is it you
I'm
own
not
the
sure
building?
you're able to say
Right when you
anything.
come over the bridge and you see the railing, like you're going to be able to. It's going to be a bar outside where you can
It's
people
Cold
watch.
Stone on the left.
Yeah, right
and-
next to Cold Stone.
And the other side.
The
it's the
other
first
shall
building you
not
see
be
over
named.
there.
You're going to be able to people
And
watch.
we just
coming
got
over the bridge.
our screens in. So
Dude, when Margaritaville opens, you're going to have a great business right there.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah.
I'm
So what
I'm
are you going to
hoping so.
serve?
So our menu, we're still in the works with the menu, but that's something I can already disclose.
You can or cannot?
I can
Okay, go
and
ahead.
I will.
Disclose it.
We
You got moose in your hair today?
What's
Is
that?
that moose in your hair today? It's
Moose? No, today actually it's just water.
What? You put water in your hair?
Yeah. That's
Why do
not-
you put water in your hair?
Because that's what you do when you shower.
I see. Does it keep it flat?
He
Like
doesn't have hair, so he doesn't
Okay,
understand
I know
how
it's
that
hard for
works.
him.
Now, do
I
you
know
keep-
that you do.
now, do you keep
I do.
do you keep the first button open so people can see your chest hair?
There was
Is that what
something
the
my
point
dad.
is with
There
that?
was something my dad always
Maybe a
told me.
cultural
There's
thing.
there's girls that like it and
I
there's girls
see.
that don't.
Well, what does your wife think?
Well,
Well,
look at him.
apparently it's my wife.
I see.
So
He's got
Right?
no hair. He's always with the shaver.
I don't know what it is, but I think I'm getting some kind of rash or something. Like for the last few days, my arm has been so itchy. It's been like,
You should take more showers, I think.
well, okay.
it's the water.
You think it's the water in the shower?
Yeah, we
No.
might need softer
It's the
water.
lack of water.
Oh no, I wait a second. I totally went over my
Okay,
head.
so
I
we're
totally
gonna-
have no idea.
We're
what that
gonna
So
is.
you're gonna
serve.
have-
We're gonna serve. Our menu is gonna be based on flatbreads, sandwiches. We have a wonderful chef that has awesome recipes to make a variety of different.
You're very vague. You're very vague. You're gonna
yes.
have
Do you thi-
meats.
Are you gonna have
Meat?
seafood?
Well, we're gonna have seafood. We're gonna order shrimps from
Uh-huh.
over here because that's what we are. We
Mhm.
are a local shrimp town,
Mhm.
and that's
Pink gold.
pink gold.
Yes.
Exactly. Here you go. And I feel like that's important to support the local distributors and stuff.
I don't want that.
Um,
itch on me.
Taking a selfie, dear. Come
Yeah.
on.
Oh.
And
The Dinky podcast.
yeah, flatbread
Are
sandwiches.
you gonna have alcohol?
Of course.
Are you gonna have Blue Moon on draft?
Are you gonna have
We're
beer,
not. We're not
wine,
having
or-
draft at all.
Okay.
I know
Why?
because it's dirty and
Get this
Well-
back. Take
and
this
it's hard
back.
to and it's hard.
Oh, that's right.
It's hard to. It's hard to maintain.
Is that dirty? Did you put dirty beer in my cup? What the hell's going on over there?
And our
Why
bar-
is the draft dirty, by the way?
Because it's a challenge to clean it consistently.
So that was
And
Wait, what? Wait.
and we don't have the space either.
So
Wait, what?
clarinets, dirty. I'm just gonna zip it.
I'm never ordering a draft beer again.
I think
Why does it taste so good though? It tastes so much better than
because
out
of
of a bottle.
carbonation.
I see. I'll drink the dirty beer. I don't care.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But we
So
we
no
don't have the
draft beer.
space
So
for
what
draft.
are you gonna have a big selection of domestic? You gonna have Bud Light, by the
What
way?
was
Yeah,
that?
well, but
Domestic?
we're debating on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should they serve Bud Light? Does anybody care if they serve Bud Light? I mean,
Yeah, we're still
we're a
debating.
very non-political show.
I
here,
know, I
so-
know.
Are you a Trump fan or never?
Yeah, of
mind.
course.
You are a Trump
Yeah.
fan. Oh, geez, Christmas. We're never gonna. learn.
I never made a big deal about that one.
Yeah. So when are you gonna open, for crying out loud, Daniel? Come on,
Okay.
open up that place.
We
Let's get going.
well, we need to get approved by the state of Florida first, and by the town, and we are waiting.
Minor things. I mean, what
So
do you
what do
need?
you need from the state? Like
Well, our 5149 license.
Stephanie, don't
Okay.
needs to
encourage
be
her,
approved.
please.
Okay.
Otherwise, we are not able to serve anything. And then we also, since we're within,
Can you do beer and wine, or you need something for
yeah, but
that,
that
too?
makes no sense. Yeah,
No
I
sense.
would.
Dear, he just said your question makes no
That
sense.
makes no
I
sense. Just
know.
to
God,
just
you're
to
dummy,
offer beer and
dumbass.
wine only.
Jeez. So is somebody calling you? Are we
Yeah,
are we
no,
taking
it's
up your time?
not
Yeah,
a-
we
Is it
boring
the
you?
state of Florida?
You're,
It's probably the keg.
Then I would answer.
there's going to be yellow tape around his
It's
place by
probably
the end
the
of the
keg
show.
companies that are
I
like,
know.
hey,
I know.
thanks a lot, Daniel.
Yeah. Well, I already had to sit down because and get my own opinion back because
You're
I'm
not
a big
getting that
Pepsi
license.
fan.
Pepsi. Yeah.
Not too much of Coca-Cola, but we are going with Coke. So
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So that
Yay.
okay. So that's the big deal.
For me, it was
Pepsi
kind
was
of.
big back in the day, but
So when are you going to open, Daniel?
So I'm hoping to have our heart opening
Thank you, Lori.
on the 24th of November, which is the Thursday. if
So
I'm not
what will be
mistaken.
available on the 24th of November?
Well,
That's the day before
that's-
Thanksgiving, by
that's
the way.
morning.
Beer and
That's the
wine.
morning to host your show. That's going to
Oh.
be available.
well, isn't that Thanksgiving? When is
Yeah,
Thanksgiving?
that Thursday before
Oh.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I'll probably be away.
Biggest
but
night
you
in
can do it.
America.
What?
Yeah.
That's biggest night in America by sales.
Really?
The Thursday before Thanksgiving. And I learned that
The
because
Wednesday.
no,
The
Thanksgiving is a
Wednesday.
Thursday.
Yeah,
It
the
is the
Wednesday.
Thursday, though.
What?
Yeah.
What? Okay. So Thursday, the 20th.
and I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
But
You
I
didn't
was
know
told
Thanksgiving
so.
was on Thursday?
No, but it's the Thursday of Thanksgiving weekend. That's
Yeah.
what I mean.
Yeah.
by
Okay,
that.
gotcha.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see. All right. So that sounds like a plan.
Wednesday.
All right.
Mhm.
How's the marriage going? You still married? I mean, how long have you been
Still
married
ring
now?
on it.
Yeah. How long
How
has it
long
been?
has
She's
it
in
been?
Vegas right now.
She's in Vegas.
She's
Hey,
probably
on a
hanging
best-
out with Katy Perry
Yeah,
right now.
yeah. I know.
Daniel, thanks for coming on, man. We
Of course,
appreciate
no
your time.
problem.
Daniel Clarkson, everybody. He's going to be at an unnamed location on Thanksgiving. The day before
We'll have,
Thanksgiving.
we'll have
or
the next
without
show with the
a-
logo reveal. That's,
All right.
That's
All
privy
right.
to you guys.
Sounds
I
like
give
a
you that.
great idea. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Daniel, so much
Thank
for
you, guys.
filling in. Just for showing up and filling in. We
Just for
appreciate
being
it. Oh, I
here.
see the schoonovers are here.
Yep.
Yeah, schoonovers. Hey, you guys need to weed your beach access. That beach access at Laguna Shores is disgusting. There was weeds everywhere this morning when I went over there. I couldn't even tell it was a beach access, for crying out loud.
You shouldn't have been on it. It's not open to you.
They what are they gonna do?
It's not open
It's just for
to you.
Laguna Shores residents?
Yes.
That's not right. That's not
Yes.
fair. A beach
That's
access should
why
be open
it's
to
not
all
a public
people.
access.
It's
not a
oh,
public
gee.
access.
Oh wow, they're getting
And they
angry
don't
over there.
want
Don't walk on my beach.
Don't want riffraff like you coming down there with your
Oh, jeepers
whatever
creepers.
you got on your arm spreading disease.
I know. I
down
definitely
so
got some kind of rash going on there. What did he say?
You probably
He's
got
they're yelling at
some
us
kind
now.
of
Holy
sea
crap!
lice.
So much for the Yellow Army. It's decreasing in size now.
I'm afraid they're going to start throwing tomatoes.
All right.
Wrap it up.
I don't know what happened to our friends at FK Your Diet, but
But we
we'll
will
figure
get
it
with
out. We'll
them.
have them on. We saw them, or I saw them at when Brad introduced the Hurricane Heroes. They were there and invited them on. So maybe I scheduled them for next week for
Maybe
all
you
I
did.
know. So
Oh, so
go ahead. You got
all right.
something to do here.
So
Thank you all
somebody-
for sticking in this long. It's
Yeah.
been great to have a nice big audience.
So there's some folks that have a booth set up or a tent set up next to Wahoo Willie's, and they must sell jewelry. I think they said they were the Jersey girls or gals. I don't want to mess that up, but Jersey was in the name. Anyways, they brought this beautiful bracelet over that they wanted me to raffle off, and I will show you. Can you see it there? Ooh,
Yes.
ooh. Can you see it there?
We can also see your underarms.
Well, that's all right. So
It
it
says Fort Myers Beach.
Yes, Fort Myers Beach. It's very light. It's a bracelet. It's got the little stretchy
How are we
thing
going to
on
raffle
there.
it off? What do we?
So I don't know. So people send us emails if you would like to
Well-
purchase it, and the highest bidder, and we'll cover the shipping if it's kind of out of the area. And
Send us emails. You're being way
all right,
vague.
well,
Nobody's going to
whatever.
understand what you're saying.
but the proceeds are going to go to
Oh my
Lacey.
God, totally disorganized.
Yeah.
Oh, Lacey.
Yeah.
Lacey, who is painting
Yeah,
the
yes.
very nice. She's
Yes.
her and Summer have painted
So,
the elevator shaft.
You know, it's
All right, here, let
for
me do
her.
this. Let me do
Okay.
this. I will organize it a little bit better than she did and put it on the Facebook later on so you
Okay.
guys know what's going on.
that'll work. But we'll pay for the shipping if you need it shipped.
I got a car payment
it's
now.
like-
How am I going to pay for the
Oh,
shipping
my
for crying out loud?
It's the least we can do. We love what those guys have done down there.
Yeah.
And I got to see
Lacey was here this morning.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're
So
becoming
when you
fast
get-
friends.
You and Lacey?
Yep. Mhm,
All right.
Yep.
All right. So just to keep you in the loop of things, we have 2 events coming up. Next Sunday, we hope you can come down to our race. We're raising money for
Oh, is that
FMB
next
Strong.
Sunday?
It's next
I don't know.
Sunday.
I might be busy.
It starts at 8:00 at the Diamond Head. Everything's going to be inside, the awards, the entertainment. We have a band that starts at 8:30 in the morning. We're going to be selling, Diamond Head will have an open bar if you like to drink in the morning after you run a race. We have nice awards that we're going to be giving away, really nice medals to the top 3 finishers in every age category every 5 years. And all the money goes to FMB Strong. Even if you don't want to run, go on our website, beachtalkradionews.com. It's a $30 donation. We're giving them the money. We got a nice big check that we're going to be giving to them. So that's next Sunday. Thank you to the town for all their help. And thank you to all of our sponsors. And then September 28th, Bayside Park, folks, is really starting to look nice.
Mhm.
They're painting the poles today. They put
Tony Bone is painting.
Tony
the
Bone
poles.
Painting. If you need a
Yeah,
painter,
yeah.
he's your man right there.
And he does a lot of other stuff
Yeah,
too.
he's a
He's
a
a jack
handyman
of all
that you can
trades. Yep,
trust.
yep.
So if you saw our second video this morning, do you want to come on the show? Did you want to? Okay.
Did you want to look at the
Tony
bracelet?
Tony Bone Painting on our second video. We did a short video of Bayside Park. You should call him if you want if you want somebody that you can trust
Right.
to do some work for you. And so Bayside Park is where we're going to be having our 1 year. I always hesitate to call it like an anniversary or something.
Well,
It's not.
1 year
it's
since
not
the storm.
It's a ceremony. We have a long list of speakers from the mayor to Sheriff Carmine Marcino to Adam Botana, Scott Worth, the fire chief. They're all going to say a few words, and we have a nice gift that you are finalizing. Here's the thing.
I know.
Here's the thing.
know.
It has to be here
I
by September
know.
28th.
I might have to take
Stop
off from work and go get it.
procrastinating.
I'm not procrastinating.
We're donating
We're
it.
working on it. She's
At
very
some
busy.
point,
We're working on
It
it.
has to be decided on,
Okay.
and you just have to go with it.
Okay.
And that's the end of that. That's
Moving
September
on.
20th. So come
I gotta
early.
get out of here.
And it starts. Our event is 9:00. So, and then our show is going to be here at 10:00 with people that actually stayed on the island and survived the storm. So that's coming up on September 28th.
Okay.
All right. She's saying the show is over, everybody. So it's
Well,
12:07, and she's got to go to where are you going today?
Bridal shower.
Bridal shower. And I'm going to try and sell that ugly thing behind me for $3,000. Because we finally have a vehicle that actually we have our first car payment in 10 years. Monday night's show with the mayor will be at Bayside Park because the Little League fields are open. Well, one field, the Little League field will be open officially on Monday night. So our show is going to be live from Bayside Park at the Little League field here on Fort Myers Beach from 5:00 until 6:00. Thank you all for everything. Buy edandkimmacoffee.com if you feel like supporting the show. If not, I'll have to get a real job, which would really suck at my age. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for watching. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.